Welcome back, guys, to another episode of F1 2023. This is week 23 in Abu Dhabi. So this is the final race of the season. So let's see how we get on, and let's try and end the season on a high. So this is week 23, as you can see. Coming up here to the final race weekend of the year. We're just going to go and check, because I think we had a few upgrades that were due just before this final race. We'll make sure that everything's done, and then we'll head to that final race. Okay, nothing pending there by the looks of it, so we'll just go straight into the race. We'll check the standings. So we are 18 points off of Verstappen in third. We're not going to obviously challenge the Mercedes there at the top, but we could still finish in the top three, depending on how we get on this race weekend. And again, we are comfortably in fourth for this, so not too bad overall. Once this race is finished, we'll look back at the season results as well, and we'll just do a small recap of the whole season. Let's go straight to the race weekend here. We should have, I believe, just the qualifying to do, and then the race itself. I don't think there is any sprint racing this time around. So we'll go straight to, we'll change that back to 5 laps. And we'll go straight into qualifying as per usual. So this is the final race of the season. We have already signed a new contract for next year. So obviously, if you do want to see more of these races, make sure to hit that like and subscribe button. Let me know if you do enjoy the videos or not. And then we may come back for us next season, season 2, see how we get on. But so far this season, we haven't had that many bad races. Poor start to the year, to be honest. But overall, it hasn't been too bad, especially second half of the season when we've had the upgrades to the cars. We've definitely improved, obviously, as we've climbed through the ranks as well. So one shot qualifying here as per usual. As you can see on the left hand side, the cars that are currently ahead of us and where we are going to be starting for the race. So let's see if we can push and try and finish on a high here. See if we can get into P1 here. Another great track, similar to Vegas and some of the others. Vegas last week, if you haven't watched that video, make sure to go and check it out. It was another quite a good street race, to be honest. Quite enjoyed that track, the first time around there as well. Bit heavy on the brakes there, but we should make it through comfortably. As you can see, Russell slightly behind us, so we are still keeping a hold of P1 here. Only just, I think. So we're going to go off a bit wide there. See if we can pick up the pace as we're coming around to the end here. Okay, looks like we just held on there, just managed to keep hold of P1. Perfect. I think we made a few mistakes there near the end, so it'd be interesting to see what the gap's like to the cars behind. But luckily we did hold on, which is great. Yeah, very close there in the end. But Max Verstappen down in 7th, which is great, because as I said, the last couple of races he has been our main rival. We did end up winning that rivalry. I don't think it's actually gone to the last race. I think we won that in Vegas, so we won that comfortably in the end by a good 8-9 points, which is absolutely perfect. We'll go straight to the race. 5 laps coming up now. Seems to be a pretty quick circuit, to be honest, so it should be over pretty comfortably. Again, DRS comes in play in lap 3 as well, so as long as we can give ourselves a good minute gap, and then they should be able to use that. So we'll see how we get on here as it loads in. But yeah, make sure to go and check out the rest of the playlist. Obviously, we have done all 23 races this season, some longer than others, obviously depending on the races, depending on the laps. But again, make sure to let me know in the comments what your best sort of races you think have been this season. And obviously, if you would like to see more of this in the future. And we're going to start the final race here of the season. See if we can maintain this P1 position. Leclerc very fast there off the line, challenging Russell already. And we have kept our P1, which is perfect. Let's see if we can just push the car for the first couple of laps and try and get as much space as we can. Again, we just need to be over the 1 second barrier here to not allow the cars behind to use DRS. The Mercedes are very, very quick on the straight, as you can see, is already closing that gap massively there. It's really interesting what upgrades obviously the Mercedes have done, because on the straights they've just got so much pace over the last 5 or 6 races, and we just can't seem to compete with them at all when it comes to the straight. So Vegas, there was quite a few straights where the Mercedes and the Ferraris were just outpacing us drastically. It's hard to play catch up. And here as well, there's quite a few straights where they are definitely going to have the pace, so if we can get a gap to them, it's definitely going to be for our advantage here as we go round the end of lap 1. See if we can end on a high and get a fastest lap for this race as well. Extra points will come in handy, especially if we are going to try and challenge for that top 3 finish, try and take it off of Verstappen. That extra point will definitely come in handy. We just need to make sure that we finish as high as possible and just hope that Verstappen finishes. Maybe 7th onwards would be ideal. Currently 9 points, 18 points actually ahead of us. So it is going to be very, very close. We should get 8 points here if we manage to stay first and get the quickest lap as well. So hopefully we can play on that. There's definitely a few sharp corners here, a few walls to watch out for as going around these couple of bends here, just coming up to the end of lap 2. But overall it is a very, very fast circuit. Definitely definitely some pace in the straights as well. So depending on the setup that you've got, you can definitely there's definitely chances to overtake here, which is good. Don't have to go too aggressive on the brakes either. Can just sort of coast around some of these turns. Right, we're already 2 seconds ahead of Russell in P2, and then nearly 3 seconds to Leclerc in P3, so sitting comfortably here in P1. Just obviously concentrate as we go around these last couple of laps. Make sure we don't make any major mistakes here. But I feel overall the cars definitely had some challenges that we needed to iron out at the first maybe quarter of the season, but the upgrades have definitely helped. The car's been more stable, Definitely got more grip on the track. We're not spinning out as much. So as I say, hopefully into season 2 we can carry that on. I think there is quite a few upgrades still that we can make to the car. Whether that resets if we go into a new season or we just carry on and it's sort of like a never-ending career. Be interesting to find out. But yeah, there's still quite a few challenges that we can upgrade the car to. We're still sort of the 4th or 5th best car in terms of overall, so we can definitely yeah, upgrade it and see if we can challenge the Mercedes, the Red Bulls, the Ferraris next season as we go along. Right, lap 4 or 5 here, so we will have one final lap after this. Small mistake there, leaving the track. Let's not do it again because we will probably end up getting a time penalty. The FIA have definitely clamped down on us this season. A few mistakes weren't our own, a few crashes, few accidents, definitely not caused by us, but we did end up getting penalised as well. One of them being that big crash in Qatar with Hamilton. We was challenging for P1 and he ended up wiping us out. Didn't get a time penalty and we did finish in P7th there, so not the best of races that week. Tracks I'm definitely not looking forward to again would be Singapore, Japan. Japan wasn't too bad. Singapore, not a big fan of. Monaco is very, very difficult, as much as it is an amazing track. There's just not a lot of overtaking, a few very, very sharp corners, especially on the tunnel exit. It's not the best track in terms of overtaking, but definitely scenery-wise, it's definitely up there. This is nearly at the end of this lap here, probably about 20 odd seconds to go here in this final lap. Normally you can hear the fireworks, but don't think there will be any this time. Perfect way to finish the season. P1 all throughout the weekend.
Season's over, and what a season it's been. Really great effort from you. The whole team is really proud of you. So thank you for a fantastic effort. See you back in the pit lane.
Not something you see every day, Lance Stroll, driver of the day. Final podium of the season. We'll watch this as we normally do.
Congratulations to the entire team for that fantastic.
Leclerc and Russell completing the podium there as well, so just as we started. And another trophy added to the cabinet there, which is perfect for us. We have racked up quite a few wins this season. Right, let's just skip through there to the end. We will see now what's going to happen now that the season's over, and we will obviously check those final standings, and we will do a season review as well. So let's see what happens now after we've completed this round 23 here. Okay, so we're not going to progress to the end of the season just yet, just in case. So we will check the final standings. So we did manage to get P3 there, perfect, amazing race there. So we finished ahead by 4 seconds. So that extra point definitely came in handy. Yeah, that P1 did as well, so that's perfect. Let's go and check the season results. So as you can see, we started off amazing, P1 first race. Then very downhill over the next 3 or 4 races with poor finishes and actual DNFs. all the way through actually to Austria. Then we had back-to-back wins in Silverstone, home Grand Prix, and in Hungary. We got disqualified in the Netherlands, unfortunately. We did not pit, so we got disqualified, but then we got it back in Italy with P1. Another few bad races, and then as I mentioned in Qatar, Hamilton wipes us out. We finished 7th, but then there, as you can see, the last 5 races, 5 wins in a row has helped us secure P3 there for the season. So I mean, if we didn't finish 7th in Qatar, we would have finished 2nd, probably potentially 1st. So we would have had another sort of trophy there, but unfortunately it didn't work in our favour. But overall, definitely much better second half to the season there with the upgrades, with obviously getting to know the car a bit more. That's definitely worked in our favour there. And we will go and have a look at the trophies. As you can see, the last 5 races there, first all throughout, which is perfect, great to see. We did win 2 out of the 3 rivalries. Unfortunately you can't see them, but we lost the first one to Sonoda, but then we won the last 2 against Perez and Verstappen. It may have been Carlos Sainz actually and Verstappen, but we definitely won those 2, which is great. And then that is pretty much it. So we've had 11 pole positions, 10 race wins, 11 podium finishes, average grid and average finish. Again, it's obviously the poor beginning of the season really, but 13 fastest laps as well. So even though we haven't necessarily won a lot of races, I mean 10 it still isn't bad, I guess. We have had quite a few fast laps. That will be that for this season. So let's just advance to the end of the season now and see what happens. See if there we go, it's just going to start us on to the next season then. So let's see what happens, whether we may get some offers in the summer or whether we just go straight back to the team here. Lando didn't do too bad, finished 9th, so at least he got the top 10. But we definitely outraced him the whole season there. A good partner to have. Okay, so we can start another season, but we have to leave some out, so that's going to be interesting. Alright, let's have a look then. Let's mix it up. So let's mix it up, shall we? So we'll add France in, and we'll add China in. Let's take out Azerbaijan, we'll take out Singapore, and we will take out, so we'll leave Portugal in because that's a new track as well, and we'll leave in Vegas because that was one of the newer ones. Let's take out Saudi Arabia. There we go. Right, so those will be the tracks for next season. Saudi, Azerbaijan and Singapore have been removed. So there we go, perfect. So that is that for this season. As always, I appreciate you taking the time to watch all of the videos. As I say, if you want to go back and watch any of the races, there is a playlist with all of the 23 videos added to the playlist, so yeah, feel free to go and check those out. As I say, leave a like and subscribe if you want to see more of this. We may obviously give it a bit of a break and then come back to a second season, depending on obviously if it's something you guys want to watch, but there will be more videos dropping very soon, so I will catch you all on the next one.